Hey everyone, I'm going to give you something a little different today rather than sharing with you by speaking about a concept or giving you tips and tricks. I'm going to do an embodiment practice with you, guiding you through this so you can watch and listen along with me as we embody sensuality in a really simple and incredibly effective way. This is going to be using the sense of touch. So sensuality can really harness any of our senses. Sensuality, yes, is very much linked to sexuality, but in essence, it is different. And I have another video that speaks about this. I'll put it in the caption so you can go to that if you want to know more about the concept of why it's different. But basically, sensuality is like a heightening of our sensual experience of the world. Now, our experience of the world is really how we're seeing, hearing, smelling, feeling, tasting. So that's the 5 main senses. And in that way, when we are doing these things, smelling, hearing, touching, we're out of the mind in the body. The mind is being used to interpret the experience, but we're far more connected with the body because we're present to what the body is experiencing through the senses. This is why sensuality is a feminine experience, because the feminine part of ourselves, whether you're man or woman, we have this, is that part that feels. It is connected more to the body, whereas the masculine is more to the mind. So if you're feeling like you're regularly stuck in your mind a lot of the time, even when you want to be doing sensual acts like eating a meal, or when it is involved with sexuality and intimacy, you want to be less in your mind and more in your body, then we need to practice being in the body. Think about it. We've had so much practice being in our mind every day, every time you're getting lost in your thoughts, every time you're even just using your thoughts for a beneficial purpose, in your work or whatever you're thinking about or focusing on. Think about that. You're practicing being in your mind whenever you're doing those things. And I would hazard a guess that if you're here looking into how to be more sensual or feminine, then you're someone who relates to being in the mind or the masculine a lot. Me too, especially in astrology, if you're into that. I know that some of you may be. Myself, I've got a lot of air in my chart, so I'm in the mind a lot. So yeah, it's connecting with the body. It's finding more opportunities to practice being in your body. And in that way, it feels more comfortable to do that. And in those moments where you want to be more sensual, you want to be more present, you want to be in your body, feeling the pleasure, sensing the pleasure, then it's so much more easier to drop into that state. So, with that all said, let's get into the practice. It's super delicious. Start first by making sure you're comfortable where you are. So if you're watching this on transport, you can still do this, I totally would. But if you're watching this in a public place where you can't do this exercise, still watch to know what you're in for, but also watch again later on when you're in an environment where you can feel safe to express this. And once you're in that environment, if you're there already, great. Make sure you're seated in a comfortable space. Make sure you feel comfortable, whether that's being warm enough in the temperature. This is important because if you're trying to do a practice and there's a part of you that's resisting the moment that you're in, it's going to be hard to drop in. So, in dropping in, first just connect with your breath. Let's all just breathe together a few deep breaths. And allow every breath out, really drain out any tension, any hardness. It's kind of like your body is doing an internal sigh, release. Good. And now you're already in your body more. So you're going to need your hands for this practice. Make sure your hands are not cold. If your fingertips are a little cold, warm your hands up in some way. And now start to actually say hello to your hands. So I like to do this as a little like hand massage. It's like, hi hands. I'm acknowledging you. Thank you for everything you do for me. Our hands do so much for us every day. When do we say thank you to our hands? So not only are you offering massage, you're receiving massage in your hands. Good. Now we're going to bring our hands to our face. First, just take your hands, they should be warm now, and place them on your face. And imagine as if you're touching like a precious baby when you touch their face and they're just so precious. Do that to yourself really softly. Touch your face, feel right at the bottom of your palms and right on your fingertips touching. Keep breathing throughout this process. You can close your eyes whenever you like. You can always open and watch me or do this watching me. Now start to lift up your palms so you're just on your fingertips. Move your fingertips now gently as if your fingertips are exploring your face up to your forehead. Whichever fingers you choose, they could be your pointer or your middle finger. Press down right at the top of your forehead. Keep breathing. Now start to move those fingers, placing pressure all the way down your forehead. So if there was any tension or crinkles in your forehead, you're pushing down, releasing down. Keep moving in between your eyebrows and all the way along your nose. When you get close to the tip of your nose, come down onto your cheekbones. That may look funny. Feels amazing though. All the way to your ears at the top of your jaw. So you'll feel the sides of your jaw here and keep pressing. Now you might even feel some tension being released. For me, I do. I talk a lot. I also sometimes clench my jaw when I'm stressed. So this is incredible to release. Now keep moving down your jaw, getting closer to your chin. Once you're on your chin, you're going to move upward toward your lips. And when you get to your lips, just stay pressing. Good. Now come back to where you started. This time, you're going to use 2 fingers up to the forehead again. Move down. All the way down to your nose, move outward. Across your cheekbones to your jaw. Down. Now rather than just thinking about where you're moving your fingers, also feel and receive your touch. Feel the different textures of your face, the difference between your skin and your lips. This time you're going to use about 4 fingers, more of your hands, the pads of your fingers down. Feeling how the texture of your skin changes under the bone, where it gets more squishy. Good. This time now move back to your jaw and start to move your fingers around, massaging your jaw. going to get even juicier. If you're like me and your neck is a particularly sensitive place, we're going to be moving down the neck. If you're also like me and absolutely love when someone touches or kisses your neck, know that you never have to wait for someone to be available to do that. You can offer yourself this juicy touch whenever you need. If you're craving someone's touch, touch yourself on your neck. So now with your fingers, 2 or 3, start to move down the sides of your neck, all the way to the back, and then around across the front of your shoulders. You might feel some tension there. Move down through your collarbones, meeting at the center of your chest, meeting toward the sternum. So the sternum is this harder place between your chest. And hold the fingers there. We're going to do this again. Take your hands to your neck. Now it's your choice whether you do this super feather light or again pressing hard. I'm going to choose light because I feel it's even more, I get heightened senses when I'm doing light movement. But if you really loved the juicy hardness, then do that. Again, start close to your jaw. And move down. Across the front. Down your sternum. From this place, you're going to be a little bit more intuitive and organic. Whatever touch you prefer, hard or soft, move your hands in a way that they have their own flow that they want to explore. So rather than thinking about it too much, keep your hands moving so that the movement just creates itself. Moving again across your face, across your neck, touching soft or hard. Imagining you're touching someone you love dearly. And continue like that. Now, as you're doing this practice, you can also, just as if you were telling someone you loved beautiful things that you love about them, like, oh, I love you so much. Say that to yourself. You can say it out loud or in your head. You're so precious. You're so beautiful. You're so worthy. Keep breathing. Now know that this practice is all the more delicious when you're on your own or with another, in a space where you can feel free to touch all of your body wherever it wants to be touched, the places maybe you don't normally touch. This practice in the bath, in the shower, in bed, as you're getting dressed, as you're getting undressed, and of course naked is a beautiful way to become more sensual, intimate, and tender with yourself. So we're going to end just bringing the hands back together, sending ourselves gratitude for taking the time to be with ourselves, to connect. Thank you for connecting with this work. Know that I put out videos very regularly. There will be videos like this, videos where I'm explaining more about feminine and masculine energies, and also interviews with amazing women in this similar field. If you want to stay connected, subscribe, hit the bell icon. If you're like, what does that do? It's the thing that tells you when you're subscribed, when there's new videos. And if you want to stay in touch, then all of my details are below, my website, my social media. I'd love to hear how this felt in the comments. Or if you're interested in working further with feminine energy, I work one-to-one with women and also lead retreats in Bali. We do a lot of embodiment work in Bali especially. For now, I'll see you next time. Enjoy yourself.